Welcome to the Concept Challenge and Happy Halloween. I'm Lindsay Adler, and the idea behind the Concept Challenge is that any two artists, whether photographers, hairstylists, makeup artists, when they're presented with a concept, they're going to come up with completely different interpretations, and that's based on their individual vision and style. Now, today, we're going to be working with two amazing makeup artists, Lijha Stewart and Yvonne MacInnis. And what they're going to do is they're going to experiment and create some amazing looks with a holiday Halloween theme. So stay tuned through this entire episode because at the end, it's your turn to give your input. Take a look at the two totally different makeup artistry ideas that they came up with, and I want you to vote in the comments below. Now, those of you who vote, one of you is going to be selected to win a 20 by 30 inch metal print by Printique. So stay tuned and let us know which look is your favorite. All right, hello witches and happy Halloween. So I know that this time of year is your favorite.
The best time of the year.
Mm-hmm. And so keeping that in mind, today's concept is going to be within the theme of Halloween. Now I was struggling a little bit because I didn't know if I go with something really specific or I go with something really broad. And so I picked something kind of in between, but I picked it because I think it'll be a little bit of an interesting challenge for you. So, ready for the theme?
Yes.
Today's concept is glamour ghouls. So here's what I mean by this. I think that for Halloween, people often go one of two directions. A lot of times they go really, really sexy for their costume, or they go really creepy and kind of gorish. So is there a way that you can add the creep and the beautiful together and make some kind of unique, amazing makeup look? So that is your challenge.
I love it.
One of the other reasons I think this is so important is I feel like a lot of us maybe aren't going out for Halloween, right? So, you know, if you're just making sure you got your Halloween selfies, you only need to look awesome from here up, right? So I feel like Halloween makeup is going to be huge and it's going to be as important as ever. So I want you to inspire people.
Let's do it.
All right, so I'm going to make this just a tiny bit harder. And I don't know really kind of where you guys are going, so I don't know if this is gonna be difficult or a lot, but long story short, I'm only giving you an hour from start to finish. So basically the second that model sits in your chairs, 1 hour. All right, let's grab your models. Woo!
So I love Halloween. I actually studied special effects makeup artistry before I got into beauty and editorial makeup. So I love horror movies. So the first thing I had a flash of in my head when I heard this theme was one of my favorite movies of all time, which is Bram Stoker's Dracula. And this makeup, it's one of the most legendary makeups that I can remember in recent history. So I thought, how could I make this into a beauty makeup? So I'm thinking right now, I'm still kind of ruminating on, but really for me, it's silhouettes. It's the hair shape and this really kind of like creepy vampire look, but how do I make that beauty? So that's kind of what I'm working through in my head right now. We'll see how it turns out.
Okay, so I'm really inspired by this idea of like aliens and beauty and being a little bit scary but also so beautiful that you can't look away. And so that's kind of my personal aesthetic, and I'm really excited to bring that into this makeup. And I'm going to push it even farther by doing things like face appliques and opening up the eyes to create a whole new shape and really creating a character that looks terrifying but gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing.
Oh, we're just getting started.
Oh wow. Tell me, so far,
Yes.
what have you run into any challenges? Because I mean, it's looking crazy good.
Having a special effects background, I really love to do special effects techniques. The challenge is actually to keep the beauty elements.
Yeah.
So for me, going too far in the creepy horror category is very easy to do.
The question is, how do you
Yes.
figure out where to put darker? I mean, are you shaping or is it the beauty? It's a beauty thing right now,
Yeah,
right?
well, I'm taking inspiration from a picture I actually took in a cemetery last year around this time in Paris. And instead of just kind of copying that, I'm using the inspiration of the texture that I see here, but instead of applying that everywhere on the face, I'm going to choose to apply it in areas like where you would place a smoky eye or traditionally place contour in a beauty makeup. So
Amazing.
hopefully that will keep me closer to that beauty side with the expression of this sort of stone vampire look.
I love it, and Lynn's hair is just next level too.
It really
so
is.
good direction, good
It's
execution.
amazing job, Lynn, as always.
All right, well, I'll check back in soon. Looks great.
Okay, thanks, Lindsay.
All right,
Hi.
looking cool. How you feeling so far?
I'm feeling nervous, like my time is running so.
I mean, she's ahead of you. I'm not gonna lie. Like, she's much further than you.
feeling nervous.
So tell me where you started and why you started here.
Yes, so basically I started by reshaping the eyes. And you know, when you're creating characters like this, one of the best ways to create something that feels scary is taking away human elements, right? So if I can reshape the eyes and make them look alien-esque, or take away the eyebrows, you know, take away these human elements we're used to seeing on a female face, we can make her look more fearful, but still have elements like a winged liner. And so I've kind of reshaped the bottom of the eye, I'm opening up the crease, I've removed the brows, and then I'm gonna have to start gluing a lot of stuff on her face. So I need to work quick so I can make this happen and get it done all in time.
Okay, I'm done talking. I'm out. Okay, ladies, time's up. If you'll turn around for me, face the opposite direction, away from one another. Okay, perfect. Okay, time for the reveal. 3, 2, 1.
That's so beautiful. I love it. Ooh, she's like creepy. Where did you get all these stones? This is beautiful. I found them.
This is gorgeous. My original concept was kind of more in this Bram Stoker's Dracula, but it turned out that I just ended up borrowing a little bit of that hairstyle, that epic hairstyle that he wears that everyone knows about, and sort of mashing it up with this stone statue kind of thing, which really in the end, that's what it's all about. It's about pulling references and kind of putting things together to create something brand new. So I think I fit the concept of glamour versus ghoul. Maybe my ghoul was a little bit more present, but I knew that was gonna happen anyway because I just love horror. Lijha blew everyone's mind like I knew she would. I mean, this epic, like, I don't even know what to call it. It was just really cool and I wanted to stare at it forever. Yeah, like Lindsay said, I think a lot of us will be doing makeup at home this year, but that doesn't mean that you should limit yourself with creativity. Actually, I'd say the opposite. I would go and try to find as many things as you can and mash it up and play around with makeup because that's what I know I'll be doing for most of the month of October, and I'm so excited to see what everybody says about the creations that we did today. It was a really fun concept and we had a blast.
I think I did okay. I definitely overshot on my time because the headpiece was already created, but I did need to gem it and jewel it to match my makeup. So I did that. I had to do the same thing with the necklace. So just that alone took like a half hour. So for the rest of the makeup, I was really rushing to get everything in place. I think healthy competition is amazing. I think when competition can go bad is when you start comparing yourself to other people. Definitely look at other people's work, enjoy it, see what's beautiful about it, but also don't compare your own work to anyone else's. So I love Halloween. It is my favorite time of the year, and I think it's because everyone really embraces makeup, costume, hair, transforming themselves into their alter ego. And I love that idea about makeup. Look through your own lens and decide which one speaks to you the most.
All right, the lighting for Yvonne's shot needs to be really sculptural. It really needs to emphasize the subject's features because she is meant to look like a sculpture. So my main light, I'm using a Magnum reflector. The reason I chose this, it's a little bit harder, and I have it at a little bit of a higher angle. So the higher angle carves out her cheekbones and jawline, really gives her dimension, and the harder quality of light is going to emphasize a lot of the texture that has been painted on her skin. I liked that, however, when I raised that light up, it put a lot of shadows underneath her neck, and I didn't want to lose all of the detail that Yvonne had painted in there. So to bring that detail back, I've added my second light, which is a beauty dish with a grid. This is solely used to fill in the shadows just a little bit so I don't lose all of that shadow detail. And now it's all about capturing the right angles. I want this to be ghoulish, but also a little bit glamorous and beautiful. So part of that is going to be capturing the right angle of her face. So let's try. I'm gonna get low first, and I'm gonna be tilt your head just a little that way. Cool. Great, and kind of peer down at me. It's wonderful. Oh, so pretty. Now we have Lijha's look, and as I look at everything that she gave me, there's so much to work with. I have beautiful colors, I have the blues, I have all the sparkling gems. So in my head, I start running through all the different ways I could shoot it. First of all, one of the things I gravitated for straight away was to add a star filter, because I knew if I could get some reflections of the light, I'd get these beautiful starburst effects on the gems, which would really emphasize the fact that there really are so many gems there. Then the next thing that I was thinking is, all right, how can I play up the color that's there and emphasize it even more? And so for the lighting setup here, I actually went with 3 lights. My first light is a beauty dish with a grid, and I have it at a really high angle. My thought process would be to have it so high that it actually puts her eyes in shadow. Now, when I have shadow in the eyes, it's giving a little bit of a sculling effect, making it a little bit more Halloween, a little bit more mysterious and creepy. And to go even further with the Halloween effect, I wanted to create some monster light. So if you've ever heard of monster lighting, it basically means uplight. The main light source is from below, so it's really strong. So that's where I selected my second light, which is a zoom reflector with a blue gel. So this actually becomes the main light, not the beauty dish from above. And this bottom light, it isn't usually flattering, but this is a very editorial avant-garde look, so it totally works. So that's my main illumination. And then I threw a third light on the background. It's just really subtle for a little bit of separation. It is a 20-degree grid with another blue gel. It doesn't do much in the shot. It's just meant for just so that background doesn't go pure black. So I was able to be inspired by this makeup to add color blue for the gels and a star filter to give me reflections. I used the makeup to help me figure out how to light it. All right, so I've got a lot going on there. So let's see what magic we can create. All right, so straight on to me. Let me get this, and I'm gonna try some shutter drags first. Great, I'm just doing a little zooming. It's incredible how different these two looks really are. And so now it's your turn. Which one is your favorite? Why do you love it? And tell us in the comments below. And don't forget, one of you is going to win a 20 by 30 inch metal print by Printique. So let's see who wins this concept challenge. See you next time.